You've probably heard the story of the Garden of Eden 1,000 times. But what if the way we've always heard it kind of misses the entire point? Today, we're going to dive into a really fascinating interpretation that sees this ancient story not as ancient history, but as a living map of our own inner world. I mean, we all know the drill, right? You've got Adam and Eve chilling in paradise. A sneaky serpent shows up with an apple and bam! Original sin gets him kicked out. It's the classic tale of breaking a divine rule and humanity paying the price forever. But hold on, what if that's not the real story? What if the Garden of Eden isn't some historical event that happened way back when? What if it's actually a timeless metaphor for two powerful competing forces that exist inside every single one of us, right here, right now? To really get this, we've got to break down the two core parts of what makes us human, at least according to this philosophy. And look, this isn't your classic good versus evil showdown. It's way more interesting than that. So, on one side, you have what's called shenxing, which is basically divinity. Think of it as your deep, eternal, unchanging core. It's the truest part of you. Then, on the other side, there's yuang, or desire. Now, desire isn't the bad guy here. It's the engine of life, right? It's what gets us out of bed, what makes us create and build, but it's shaped by the material world. And here's the kicker. They're not enemies. They are two inseparable sides of the same human coin. And this quote right here just nails it. You see, in this view, desire isn't some sin we need to crush. Nope, it is the engine of life. It's our forward momentum. The whole human game, then, is about how we manage the relationship between our timeless divinity and this super powerful worldly drive. Okay, so now that we have that framework, this idea of divinity versus desire, let's go back into the garden and see how all those old symbols suddenly start to look completely different. So the serpent, forget some literal talking snake. Think of it as the voice of the outside world, all the pressures, the influences, the shoulds that shape our desires. And the fall, that's not a one-and-done thing. It's any moment our worldly desire just completely overpowers our inner divinity. But the tree of knowledge, this is the best part. It's not a booby trap. It's the instruction manual. It's the tool we're given to figure out how to balance these two powerful forces. And that just flips the whole story on its head, doesn't it? The test isn't about blind obedience to some rule. It's a much deeper challenge. Can you develop real wisdom so you can navigate this complex world without losing touch with who you truly are at your core? And what's so cool is how this philosophy actually splits wisdom into two parts. The first part is G. You can think of this as your practical intelligence, your street smarts. It's the adaptability you need to handle the changing, messy realities of the outside world. But the second half of wisdom is Hui, and this one is way deeper. It's that profound awareness of your own eternal, divine nature, that core self we mentioned earlier. Think of it as your anchor in the storm of life. And this is where it all clicks into place. True wisdom, Ji Hui, isn't just having one or the other. It's the masterful art of using your worldly adaptability, your Ji, to navigate life in a way that protects and preserves your eternal inner essence, your Hui. This brings us to a bigger question, right? Where does this whole duality even come from? Well, this interpretation offers a really fascinating model for how our consciousness, our very soul, comes into being. It's laid out as a three-step journey. First, there's Shen, or God, pure, undifferentiated being, with no sense of a separate self. Then, out of that, Ling, or spirit, emerges. Now there's a being with a sense of I, but it's still without material desire. Finally, when this spirit combines with a physical body, you get Hun, the soul. And that's us. Our human soul is this incredible, complex blend of pure spirit and worldly matter. Now, if this sounds a little abstract, think about it this way. It's incredibly similar to the Buddhist concept of Buddha nature, the idea that a divine, enlightened potential is inherent in all living things. It's not something we have to earn, it's something we are born with. Our divinity is our birthright. So, if we all carry this spark of divinity, what's the point of the journey? Where are we headed? According to this interpretation, the goal is to find our way back to the other tree in the garden, the tree of life. And this isn't just about living forever. It represents something much more profound, a state of being that completely transcends the limitations of time and death. It's a return to that eternal nature we carry within us. So, how do we get there? The path back to Eden isn't a physical place, it's an internal journey. It's the lifelong process of learning to let our divine nature guide us, using our wisdom to manage our desires instead of being ruled by them. And when our divinity triumphs, we metaphorically re enter the garden. And that leaves us with a really powerful thought. The story of Eden isn't just some dusty old myth, it's a living blueprint of our inner world. That tension between our eternal self and our worldly desires, well, it's happening inside you right now. The journey is a choice we make every single day. So the real question is, which force are you choosing to lead?